Welcome back, Hunters! I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate G rank. So, the next couple of weeks are going to be a little bit maybe lackluster for what the hunts are going to be, but it's just so that way we can wrap all this stuff up before we get to the new rank quests. So this week, we're going to be tackling the last few monsters from the Questatrix here. And then next week is going to be tackling the Expedition exclusive monsters, which are Yankaku, Blue Yankaku, and Rui Basarios. For this week, it's going to be just the Congalalas, the two Lagombis, and the two Pink Rathians. That basically brings us to every monster will have been shown off from the quests, and then just to be completely thorough with 4 Ultimate, show off the Kutkus and Basarios too. I don't know if there's actually a regular G-rank Basarios or not, I have to look that up, but we're going to start this one with just the 2 Congalalas, and as you can see, I've got a pretty different setup for this hunt. I've gotten a request or two to show off the bow or try the bow out for 4 Ultimate, see how it is, my take on it, and give any pointers if I can from, like, just my experience with it. Might as well take those, because it is 2 Congalalas, as we saw from Emerald. These guys can make a bit of a stink. Okay. And, like, eat-wise, I don't even know what I should actually go for. That's going to give me both. Temper's not going to really work there. I don't need any resistances. I could use an attack up. It might be best to go for something like, say, Specialist or Slugger. Let me try Groomer and Courage. Again, using the bow, I have not used the bow much at all up until basically Monster Hunter World. Because the bow, to offset for the fact that you have unlimited ammo, it's often that the bow is a pretty weak weapon, or was. World onwards revolutionized it to be a pretty powerful combo weapon. And that combo stuff actually started, I think, in 4 Ultimate. Maybe even Monster Hunter 4, but at least for worldwide, it started with 4 Ultimate because the introduction of the power shot. Now this bow doesn't have. This is an arc shot and it's a wide arc. So this bow is not going to have that. And that might mean this is going to be a bit of a longer hunt to try to get these guys. I do have fire attack +3 on the set. And I do have to get my bearings a little bit more with the controls and everything, because I have been playing a bit of Monster Hunter Rise on PC to prepare for Sunbreak and get us good there. But yeah, the big thing about the bow is to not... It kind of blends into how my scoping style is for... Okay, so both the Congalalas have the crop duster effect to them. But the bow is meant for, like, just quick scoping and out. You don't really want to keep yourself with this aim mode active too much. Best to charge your shots up to level 3, fire, just get back. The reason why level 3 is the shot you'll want to primarily use for a lot of it is because you actually get a damage boost on the 3rd charge compared to the other shots, or it's more noticeable. I think it's 50% extra for a level 3 charge shot. It's basically just a lot of draw, prep yourself into position, and just kind of keep that ongoing. It's not quite the light bowgun where you have a lot of burst damage that can go out with, like, the rapid fires if you have that built right. But it's probably for, like, say, super prolonged hunts, or... Nope, I didn't think that would actually connect. It's good for hunts where, say, you have a hunt-a-thon and you're going after a monster that's weak to a specific element, because you have infinite ammunition you can use. Oh lord, yeah, that is pretty slow to try aiming with. And then the arc shot thing, it's not really that good. Like, especially in 4 Ultimate, where if you're under a canopy here, arc shot is useless. Well, that's basically all bow really is, unless you have power shot with your weapon. And he's going to be going somewhere. I just don't know where exactly. Now, it hasn't... Or are they going both to still be here? Oh, no, okay, he's taken off. So we've got to try track down that one. But yeah, as you can see, it took quite a while before the Congalala enraged. It's going to be a lot slower hunting with a bow compared to light bowgun and especially heavy bowgun. One of the things about the bow, though, that is good is that you can actually use different status effects all in the same weapon. Like, I know the light bowgun also can have, like, rapid fire status. I think bow gets higher capacity for, like, status it can get out, because each status coding is 20 total, whereas the light bowgun is 12 or 8, depending on level. And then as for shot types, probably your best bet is going to be either the rapid or the pierce. The spread that I've got, this is just the only G rank bow that had fire element that I could use for, like, these 2 hunts I'll showcase it with. There we go. Now, I do have the power coating, which does basically makes all the shots a bit stronger as long as the coating is active. I don't know by how much, but you can always make a little bit more if you have the empty bottles, and I think it's nitro shroom. But yeah, back in these days, bow wasn't too much to really write home about. I think with power shot, it became a little bit more useful. But like the arc shot, which for sake of things, I will just use a couple here to show you guys. Like, it might look like a lot is coming down, but I'd probably liken this to the pellet shot that we saw with the light bowgun, where just because a lot of stuff is going on, doesn't mean that means it's a lot of damage. Nope. Not sure what caused that little freeze up there. Overall, I think a bow is a little bit easier to build a set for than the light bowgun. But the easiest sets to probably build for might be the heavy bowgun, because all you really need for that is your shot type up and evade distance. Anything else is basically just bonus to help for what you're up to. Light bowgun, you're generally going to want to go for elemental builds. I think normal 2 might also have some use in for ultimate because of Seregioses. I think for the most part, the weapons do have their own niches. Light bowgun more for your elemental rapid fire, heavy bowgun for your physical shots, mostly pierce. Okay, I don't know if that'd be going to this area or up over this one. Let's just check. A heavy bowgun, pierce, normals, and then bow... Again, I'm not too sure about bow. It's been one I thought would be a great status weapon, like have the status ingrained into the weapon, because as much as there's a diminishing return on Blade Master weapons, the bow is infinite ammo, so it would still work just fine with that. I know back in 3 Ultimate, when they introduced the slime or the blast effect, bow was a powerhouse because you had a few weapons that actually had the blast element on them. And because you had infinite ammo, you might have had diminishing returns with it, but it was still able to do some pretty decent numbers. And it's not really worth it to, like, you might think, okay, well, we can get more damage out if we try, like, just spamming the first shot. We don't charge it up, but it's more efficient to actually go for the third power shot. Or, not power shot, sorry, the third charge shot. There are some bows I think do have the, a 4th charge level. I think from what I had read, is that they actually kind of lose a bit more, like, for percentage gain. The biggest increase is, like, level 3 will do 50%, and level 4 will do 75%. But for, like, sake of stamina and time, it's better to go for the level 3s. Like, it's not going too bad, it's one of the things that it felt like it took so long to actually, like, get stuff done using the bow, and that's why I switched to light bowgun when I was first playing Monster Hunter. Ah, you dumb crop duster, you. I do gotta admit, one thing I don't like is how much they, like, stay up under the canopy like that. I'm going to see how this guy goes without using any of the coatings, and then we'll see how fast the hunt gets when we do decide to try coatings out. Okay, I don't know... Yeah, so he's heading to the next area. So let's keep on him and keep pressure going. There's probably going to be a very noticeable difference, though. Oh, crap. Once we do use the coatings on the second one, we'll probably see much more noticeable of timing for how long the hunt will take. I'm kind of surprised how little, like, it's enraged, though. I don't know if that means it's just such a big health tank that we've only gotten through so much at this point. No, I don't even know how he got knocked over, unless maybe the other one? Okay, there's another enrage. Oh, yeah, gotta be careful about the stamina. That's the biggest thing as a bow user, is to always be mindful of how that's going for ya. No stamina is going to put you in a bad situation in 2 ways. Damage-wise, you're not going to be able to keep those shots going. And then evasion-wise, oh, I gotta remember, I have to dodge those. Doesn't seem like they should connect, but there's a little bit of, like, a slide that charge has to it. Okay, where... Okay, there's the one we want, which is Really swinging around a bit. Oh, shoot. Okay, come on, come back up. Yeah, so one big difference between regular and Emerald Congalalas seems to be that Emerald is able to, like, hold dung into its tail and use that almost like stockpiling it. Whereas just regular here... doesn't seem to have that ability. Oh, and tried to get out of that. And both the cats are down again. I gotta admit, for Ultimate, I still don't like all this canopy stuff of having to, like, figure out which level to be on to actually just, like, fight the monster steadily. Like, I could be down there, but it's just going to put us in range of getting hit by a lot of the crop dusting stuff. Okay, stop charging and how about you do something? Okay, there we go. We got a limp on him. Okay, so this first one looks like it'll take in at least around 15 minutes or so. I don't think too bad for, like, first time trying the bow out for the series and in G rank. And it does show that an entry-level bow for G rank will be able to do pretty good for you. There we go. Okay, yeah, so we'll say about 15 minutes for... Nope. Got hit by a little flinch there from him. We'll say 15 minutes for no coatings, trying him out. And now we'll try to find the other... No, actually, the other one's come to us. Now we'll try using this one with the coatings. There we go, all loaded in. Okay, is it better to be up or down? You know what, maybe it's better to be down in this area. And we'll just try this out. Yeah, it really does just become pretty simple over like this and again. You don't have... There is a critical distance to the bows, but they didn't really have a good way, I think, to convey it for... like these older generations. I think about there's a good spot. You kind of are a bit in closer than light bowgun is typically. But as long as you're basically not point blank, you should be alright. I think it does depend on the type of shot, too. Oh, I hate that little charge. It just feels like it does more damage than it should. Well, that's kind of gunner armor in general, as things feel like they do more damage than they should. Yeah, the way to tell for critical distance is when you shoot out and the screen does like a little bit of a shake. If you're too close, like this, you won't get that screen shake that we just saw. But when you're at just the right distance, you get like a little bit of a shake effect. Again, not really the best way to convey something like that. But at least it's some visual indicator that you can start picking up on to know that's what's happening. Yep, and there's a part break. Now, the bow does have a melee attack, but I would highly, highly, highly avoid trying to use it, because it's very, very weak. Okay, no, so it has taken off back probably to this next area. So we'll keep on there, see how we do. So far, though, no, not here. Okay, if it's not here... Oh, it might have actually gone. I doubt it'd be here, but we'll check just in case. Yeah, not here. Okay, I think I know where it went off to. Yeah, one thing is, I really should remember to start bringing paintballs or paint shots to just better track the monsters. That way I don't have to run around trying to figure out where they've gone off to. Yeah, there it is. I'd probably say if you are trying to learn the bow, try to remember to always save enough stamina for at least one dodge. I do have the evade distance in this set, thanks to that talisman I had picked up that gave us the, I think it was like +7 or +8? Can't remember how much it was for, but however much it was for, it's definitely pulling a lot of weight for us here. Yeah, would you stop doing this spammy stuff and just attack us or something? Like, get on the ground to fight properly. No, I think that was another part break. I thought I heard, like, the claws break. Oh, and that... Yeah, this is probably one of the fights that I dislike the most, because it's just... feels like he's just out of range enough to be a nuisance, but it doesn't have that as, like, progress then attack. It just chains a lot of those swings together. Whereas other monsters... that'd probably be more of like a mobility thing, and then follow up right into an attack. But yeah, power coating is probably going to be your most powerful and most helpful of the coatings to use. Close range, what this basically does is let you go point blank into your shots. So like that critical distance now, you can be right beside the monster and all your shots will register as that critical distance and most powerful. It's very helpful for, like, if there's monsters that are pretty charge happy and you need to stick in close to them a lot of the times, that's probably what that'd be best for. Ah. Okay, there we go. God, I want you out of this area. Like, we're getting a good number of flinches, and it does show that this is going quite a bit faster. It wouldn't be so bad if it was just like a single movement, then he goes into a proper attack. Okay, well, it looks like it's going to be changing areas. Unfortunately, I think this is to another area with, like, the canopy. It's right up here, isn't it? Yeah. And you know what? Let's put poison on this one. Let's just use a little bit of everything that we got. I mean, one of the problems is, because of this move, it's hard to get a proper time-wise of how long it takes. Because this just feels like it artificially delays it. I'm like, come on! Just get up and fight! I think this was probably one of the reasons people disliked 4 Ultimate, was just how much time you have to spend on these different platforms, not being able to really engage with the monsters. Like, oh my god. Took way too freaking long for it to finally decide to do that. And again, we gotta go through this. Yeah, this fight is just bad because it's not a proper fight. There's just so much of it going back and forth on that. As a Blade Master, I would be annoyed even more than I am right now, because it feels like so much of the hunt is just wasted on it doing this stupid gimmick attack over and over. Okay, there we go. We got a poison proc off on it. So that should do a bit of damage. We'll switch back to using just the bow as is. I do have a few other statuses, but I don't think I'll be using them. It is nice that you can have, like, a few different things to help you out on the hunts. So say if you are trying to hunt with other people. God, I hate this area so much. Okay, there we go. Oh, and that's what he was up to. Yeah, the Congalala fight, it's because it uses the vine swinging too much. It delays the fight and seems to prolong it far more than you should. And if you're a Blade Master, you don't have a jump or anything that I could see being able to get up to him. So you're basically just stuck doing a lot of this run around over and over and over on it. I'll probably try the bow out on Lagombi too, and then I don't think I'll be using it again in the series. Like, it's just not to my taste the way it kind of plays out. It feels like it has a little bit less to it than even the bowguns do. Because the bowguns, at least you have, like, you know, when you're focusing with normal shots, you have to target that specific part of the monster. If it's pierce, you're trying to get the most procs along. If it's elemental shots, it can kind of just be whatever, you can keep longer range. The bow just kind of feels like it's a very simplified version of the bowguns, at least in this generation. But they're probably best... They're not exclusively a support weapon, but it does feel like their damage output is pretty low at times if you are trying to, like, play solo. Now, could also heavily depend on the shot type too. Again, this is just an entry bow that had fire element to use for this entry level of quests. But I don't really have too much I can provide as, like, detailed into what are good meta sets, etc. The biggest thing you're probably looking for are whatever your specific element you're using, get that up, maybe a shot type up, but I don't think that really will apply too much. And maybe Constitution, which is basically just means your stamina depletes at a slow... Oh, that should not hit me for that much from that far out. Constitution basically just reduces the stamina drain for, like, charging the weapon, evading, stuff like that. There we go. Okay, we got him limping at least. So it hopefully won't be too much longer. Oh yeah, this was easily a pretty long episode trying to do the bows. I'm debating whether I will for Lagombi or not. Yeah, I really gotta debate whether I will for Lagombi, or will I just decide to use the heavy bowgun. You know what? I went through the trouble making the bow. I guess I'll try it out on Lagombis too. It'll probably be better hunting them, because there's not going to be a lot of the weird stuff like Congalala has going up onto the vines. At least I hope not. I'm actually not sure what to expect from a G-rank Lagombi. Oh, and it's a smooth, my favorite. Okay, let's see if we can just put him down quickly. There shouldn't be much health left on him with him limping. And unfortunately, because of how much it kept using, like, the swinging thing, I don't really have a good way of being able to know how much shorter or longer using the coatings actually was. There we go. Yeah, it took a little while. And that's the thing, you don't have to worry about ammo as much, well, at all, really, as long as you're using the bow. So if you're going to go on, like, the expeditions or hunt-a-thons, where you might run out of regular bowgun ammo, that's where the bow is going to have much more pacing to it, where it's going to have infinite amount that also has an inbuilt status or effect to it. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, let's just put that down to bully it. The trade-off, though, is your hunts are probably going to take a bit longer to get done because you don't have, or you do have this reliable infinite amount of ammo. That and the playstyle, a little bit simpler, a little bit more mobile than the other two weapons. You're not meant to really, like, stand, shoot, 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 evade, get to a position, shoot. You're more meant to always be mobile and moving. The only time you're stopping is to take a shot and then either power shot following and move again, or shot, move again. All the arc shots, I don't think any of them are that great. As we've seen, depending on the map, they might be completely nullified because of a canopy overhead. So you might just be better off sticking to using the level 3 shots for your bows. Well, there's that one done. Congalala on G-Rank Expeditions. So we'll save, take a quick look at the gear, and end this episode off. I'm hoping next episode won't be as long because we won't have, again, just so much of that dumb swinging around that the Congalalas did. But we will put the bows to another use just to try them out with more experience. Let me just take a look at the armor. Okay, right. I had to hunt the Kutkus to actually get this bow. Yes, I think that's pretty much the same look as all the other Conga stuff has been. And doesn't really give you anything that good for its stats. Yeah, it's basically just a recolor of the previous, so there's not really anything much to show off there. I do want to take a look. There is... oh yeah, that one. I just need one more Beastly Fang, then we've got that made. But there's not really too much to show off from the Congalalas. So we're going to leave this episode of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate right here. Thank you guys for sticking around for this longer episode. We'll see what the bow's like against the Gombi, another monster that should be pretty weak to it. Try it out, see how we do, and just go from there. But thank you guys for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like it, be sure to like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, push them in the comments right down below. And until I see you in the next video, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.